So this is going to be another television show review. This one's called Flash Gordon, 1955. This is going to be another film television show similar to Rocky Jones, although it was filmed in West Berlin, which is kind of odd. The first time I saw this was at the bargain bin in Walmart, Mountain View, way back in 2004 or something, when I was married the first time. And I bought it for $1. It was an Alpha Video thing. This one I've never seen before. It's called the Subworld Revenge. It's got some crazy king that's living in the who's living in the Earth's core. He's directing the Earth's fire to the surface, causing tremors and eventual fire destruction of the entire planet. It doesn't have the intergalactic United Nations thing going on like the Alpha Video. It's just got some kind of commissioner guy who's analogous to the Brigadier in Doctor Who, I guess. He's responsible for the government function on planet Earth somehow. Not quite sure what his role is, but I guess he's ordering evacuations and things like that. So Flash, Dr. Zarkov, and Dale Arden, they go to the planet's core and some kind of looks like a roller coaster ride kind of set up with really cheap looking metal shed. Looks like material. It looks like a metal shed that they're traveling in. And so they go to the Earth's core to stop the king from getting revenge, because apparently Flash Gordon had destroyed their fire machine, some kind of conduit to the surface of the Earth, and it's got the slaves going, similar to Emperor Ming's operation. And so they're plotting revenge for Flash, seemingly destroying their machine and everything inside the Earth's core. But for some reason, everything survived. They didn't explain why, but it's part of the campiness of this whole thing. Yeah, I'm giving it 5 out of 5 stars. I love this TV show. I love Rocky Jones from the same time period. All the sci-fi TV shows from this period are good. I haven't seen Quartermass Experiment. I was intrigued by the previous video. What was it? Sci-Fi Heroes. The Christopher Lee documentary, which was quite good also, despite having Star Trek and Superman sequels on there. So there's that. As you can tell, I'm not a Star Trek fan, but I think I already explained why in my previous video. I went to see one of the Star Trek movies. It must have been one of the last ones, in the movie theater with my uncle. He took me to see The Empire Strikes Back in San Francisco. That was a big event for me. Um, so he used to be into science fiction, but he's about the only one in my family who enjoyed that, besides my dead stepdad, of course. And so I got through the Rocky Jones 5-disc set. It's a pretty good collection, although this Flash Gordon has pretty bad sound quality. I broke my earphones, snapped the cord, my earbuds, at work earlier this morning. So I had to steal my son's iPod earbuds. They're quite good. They're actually better than the Metro PCS earbuds that I broke. So I was actually able to hear the dialogue to Flash Gordon a little bit better. And just a warning. I'll try to see if these Flash Gordon episodes are on YouTube. I'm sure there are. If they're on Alpha Video, 9 times out of 10, it's probably public domain. Alpha Video is exclusively public domain stuff, seems like. So I'll look for that in the description box. And yeah, pretty cool stuff. The king that lives in the Earth's core, he's got this German accent, so they must have hired a West German actor for the evil Hades guy. And his Igor sidekick is something else. He's missing some teeth, and he's got his whip to get the slaves into shape. So pretty cool stuff. I could definitely get into this. I'll see if I can find some more for Adrian. If you want to watch on YouTube for free, I'll see if it's available. And I haven't heard anything from Adrian all weekend. He must be busy, like me. Although I was catching up on some sleep earlier today. I got about 10 and a half hours. And then rather than waiting for my alarm to go off, I just woke up and I couldn't go back to sleep because my body was telling me too much sleep. And then I went on the red line, finished up the Flash Gordon. I'm about an hour early for work, so try to watch as much Big Top Pee-wee as possible. Then I'll get my discs in. Looking at my Netflix queue, see what I got coming up. Give you an idea, like a sneak preview of my next reviews for next week. Although I am going to be working Saturday morning if my new office is ready there in South San Francisco. So I probably won't get around to as many movie reviews next week if that's the case. We'll see, but let's see what I got on my queue. At the top, I've got Blackout Meat. Looks like some noir stuff. Some British noir, maybe. It is Blackout meets Mr. Callaghan and Home to Danger. I've got 3 movies, so I don't think I'm going to be able to finish all those. But we'll see. Then I got Poor Pretty Eddie, which is a 1975 movie, and Blood Cult, 1985. So those are my next 5. Pretty cool. I should have all 3 of them. Hopefully on Tuesday. We'll see. No, I should have one of them on. I should have 3 of them on Tuesday. Excuse me. and then the other two will probably come Wednesday, but I won't pick them up till Thursday. And just because I don't have time to watch them till I'm with my son at Starbucks. But in any case, that's about it. I guess I'll delve into the Big Top Pee-wee, which has a reputation for being unfunny and not a good movie. So I watched the trailer and it didn't look too good. So I'll give you my opinion. I'm not keeping my hopes up too high though. I love the Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and the Pee-wee television show was good when I was a teenager, way back in the late '80s. But used to watch that all the time. And the other stuff I haven't seen. My son watched the newer version of Pee-wee. He couldn't even recognize the old version of Pee-wee when he watched Pee-wee's Playhouse. He kind of watched it in reverse order, but that was back when he was like, I don't know, 6-7 years old, something like that. Back when I was living in Daly City, that little tiny closet room. Can't believe I lived there for so long. I was such a fool. I could have just moved to a place like this if I had tried harder. And now I'm in a position to have my son for overnight stays here instead of that hotel in Belmont. I just got to get my ex-wife to come here and check it out. But I think I ticked her off when I told her that my son couldn't visit his great-grandmother's funeral during Christmas week. I was too busy and I couldn't do makeup time. So that probably irked her, and she's back on her revenge thing. Previously, she had lied in court to get her way, but it was partially my fault for not getting a bigger place like this for my son. So I'm sure that's what the judge was thinking when she restricted my timeshare, not to include overnight stays, at least not until my mother had dementia. So it's a complicated situation here. Corrupt, inept judicial system here in California, but I can kind of understand and relate what the judge was thinking. It wasn't my fault per se to get involved in this corrupt divorce process, but in hindsight, I was sort of responsible for my own situation in regards to overnight stays. I recognized that, and I'd tell her that if I saw her in court, because I appealed her decision just to set the record straight and to get rid of all of my ex-wife's lies. It's ridiculous. It's like a litany of things, and the judge didn't even care that she was lying. That's how the system works. But at least here in California, I don't know about other places, but man, living in California sucks. I can understand why so many people want to leave. I mean, if you want to go from here to Las Vegas in a U-Haul, it costs $2,000. But if you want to go in reverse direction from Las Vegas to San Francisco, it's like 90% less than that. It's like $200. So um, that gives you an idea what kind of communist hell we live in here in California. It's crazy. Uh, but it's becoming more and more like Venezuela. You know, people wanting to get out, things like that. I have a coworker, Russ Silva. He's got his Winnebago, and as soon as he gets finished painting the new office, he's moving over to Texas. He says he wants to get away from all the California liberals, and so that gives you an idea of the situation here. I feel kind of the same way, although I'm not really different to the California liberals per se. I just can't see how people can survive the cost of living around here, and it's partly responsible. The government's partly responsible for making it expensive. They do rent control, so a lot of the rents are sky high, like $4,000 a month, $5,000 a month for this little itty bitty unit, and as soon as somebody moves out, the owner can jack up the price as high as they want. So that's what they do. They get these high-rise apartment buildings, and they charge sky-high rent. One of the apartment buildings, the Millennium Tower, is tilted sideways, which is quite ridiculous. You can look it up online. And, they just engineered it totally wrong. But it's kind of encapsulates San Francisco, although there's a better picture of San Francisco where you see this robotic cafe with homeless people camped out in front. It kind of encapsulates the situation in San Francisco, the housing situation, and the minimum wage issue. Even my socialist coworker who falls asleep at his desk barfs and smokes cigarettes all day. He, I guess he's got some kind of special kind of previous relationship that he had with my boss, doing good work like I was. We were a team a couple years ago, and then he got this girlfriend, and he started sliding into the abyss. I don't know what his deal is, but he's definitely got issues. What I described to you, it just happened yesterday, I believe. Yeah, yesterday. He only put in 4 hours, and then he took off. Pretty crazy situation. I wish somebody would like do a video of him at his desk and just like falling asleep and post it on YouTube. That would be pretty funny. But anyways, I end up working overtime for his dereliction of duty, so to speak, and they're looking to hire the person to like pick up some of the work that I'm doing, but they can't find a replacement when that person transfers over to her department in accounts payable. So it's kind of a interesting situation at my work. And yesterday there were like no cars in the valet parking at Fisherman's Wharf. I don't know if you saw my video, but I guess only one person saw it, but was pretty slow. I didn't get any tips. There were like 22 cars in the garage. It holds about I want to say like 90 cars, something like that. And it was only like 30% full. So yeah, I didn't get any customers. I got some pretty cool nap time. I crashed out hard. I was burned out from working 18 hours last night, but yeah, I guess I'll let you go. I've got one live viewer, nobody in chat, so just wanted to get that quick video in. Hope you're not too busy, Adrian. You can check out my videos. Did 3 of them in rapid succession within the last day or so. And, pretty cool stuff on this bonus disc. I don't know how long this disc is, but the Flash Gordon TV episode is pretty long. Must be 30 minutes or 40 minutes, something like that. So pretty cool. I'll see if I can find some more Flash Gordon on YouTube and post it in the description box later. Highly recommended. Check it out.